As I have stated before, no, the universe is not 13 billion years old or trillion years old. It is 100 trillion years old, at least, or more. The galaxy that is going to hit us in 680 billion years was 100 trillion years old, and I did that as a clock. And it's probably more like a couple thousand trillion. I'm not exactly sure how old it is. It's really, really old, though. I kicked around it. I mean, I cruised around it for quite a while, and I built this. Like I said, this is Galaxy 1 or 2. The one that's going to hit us is Galaxy 1 or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. It might be 13. I forget. I get my numbers all mixed up because there's Galaxy 1, Galaxy 13, and then, of course, there's also all the others. There's also 800 others, of course. Nixon and JFK wanted to confuse all that and wanted to make it seem like it's something else because I actually did have an idea of what was going on, and they wanted to throw out everything by doing junk science and basically saying this and that and blah, blah. And it's actually like, well, no, actually it's at least 100 trillion years old or more because that's what that galaxy was originally at. And eventually I told them that. I was like, well, the galaxy that's going to hit us is about 100 trillion years apart originally when I started its creation. So past that, I don't really know. Richard Nixon, John McCain, and a couple others, of course, wanted to kill me and get rid of me. So they wanted to put what I was saying in doubt. And like I said, they were saying that the lights that you see at night are actually reflected dust. The dust gets kicked up by the wind and it goes into the stratosphere and you can see the particles and it's the light as it bends around the earth and it hits those little particles and that is what we see at night. And it's like, wow. Anyway, yeah. So that's what they were saying because they were experts. Because they had a degree from Harvard University and Harry Potter. Anyway, yeah, Harry Potter, which was basically like Nixon or JFK or someone. Pretty much that's what it amounted to. And it's like, oh. Come closer so you shall see. No, it's 100 trillion years old at least or more. I would know. I built most of it. I built a fair amount of it anyway. I mean, not a lot. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was running for my life, like I say at the time. And so I was like, because I was going to die, they were going to kill me because I was this great, epically rich and creator and everything else like that. And Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter, they wanted me really bad. And they were willing to go to any lengths to kill me. So I was like, bye! I was like, goodbye! And I went back as far as I could possibly go. Or at least a very, very, very long ways. And I was like, eek! And I hid in the past, and I started creating matter and stuff like that. And the universe went... But I mean, I just created more. I mean, it's not like I killed the creator or anything else like that. I didn't kill any creators. I didn't kill anyone. I just created more. I created my own little thing, and then I created some more things, and then I created some more things, and then I had my other things, and I was just like kicking it and cruising it, and it's not like I didn't eliminate any galaxies. I just built more galaxies, so about 800 of them. So, it's like that. And so I happen to be the creator of the sun and this planet and about 800 other galaxies or planets. I don't know, 800 more planets and so I don't know, solar system, galaxy. When you get to a certain point, because I created like 800 worlds, home worlds, and then I needed more because my life forms would eventually sprout and go out and want to go out into other things because it takes a long time to get metal. So for everyone to have metal and everyone to have something, I had to start creating whole galaxies. So we did that, and then there's more. Anyway, so it's kind of like that, and then I retired at some point in time. When I got to about 700, 800 galaxies, I decided, I was like, well, that's enough, I think. And I had built a lot, created a lot, you know, and there was also other stuff that was being done, you know, underneath me because I was who I was. And then, you know, it was time for my retirement and my vacation. I was like, well, I guess that's enough. You know, it's quite a bit. I mean, 800 galaxies is quite a bit. So I was like, oh, cool. And I proved that particle physics, and you know, and I did the particle physics stuff, and then I did everything else, and I did my own little thing on particle physics. So there's my particle physics compared to everything else, and I kept losing track of, you know, it's like if you create 500 million of these e-cigarettes, after a while you kind of start losing track. It's like, wait a bit, this is number 268, or is it 269? No, it's 267. Anyway, after a while, you get kind of, you lose track of how many. It's like building 5 million cars. I mean, you lose count after a while, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, you are number 7 or 8. And by the way, 8 was my favorite number because it's an infinity symbol, and it's also Lucifer Star SS. So another commemoration, and that's why the Chinese, like I say, I love the Chinese. I could hug and squeeze and snuggle a Chinese woman or Chinese people all day and all night, because it's like, I love them, they embrace me, I embrace them, and you know, they love my trains, they love my aircraft, they love everything about me, and I loved everything about them. I mean, they were really, really, I mean, like I say, the Chinese, they, you know, they're loyal. I mean, they're honest, they're perfect. And like I say, like, I mean, I would die for any of my groups. Like any of my life forms, any of my countries, I was willing to die for. I didn't, it's like, well, you know what? I'm the creator of 800 galaxies, and you know, if it's like that, then fine. And I was willing to stand against any kind of tide or whatever. It's like I am Lucifer, White Star Line, and I do not bend, I do not sway. My rule and my judgments and my truth and everything that I am and everything I have been is absolute. And I am very proud of everything that I did and everything that I am. And I would not change it for anyone or anything. Anyway, I'm a very proud person, and it was very epic. And you know, when you die, you die. And that's just the way it is. But no one will say I wasn't the greatest. Of course I was.